Well, Coach, we've had a driving rainstorm make its way through the plains, and it definitely is going to be a factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
We got this. Ready. 30 base.
The first carry now. This is Johnson. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 5 now. Lock, complete. It's Johnson. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That one covers 29 yards. First down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Johnson on the counter. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now a give right side. It's Garrett. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
It's a gain of 4.
Locke going to try and throw on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Well, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And a give this time to the tailback. And a nice pickup as this one gets him to the 10-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back to his own 6. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. It's no secret that this is a team that's built on passing, but as you always tell me, you have to throw the run in there every now and then to keep that pass sharp.
Yeah, you have to, because otherwise, if they never have to worry about running the football, it is just a controlled sprint to your quarterback, and eventually, you're calling on your backup quarterback.
But they got to do better than that last go-around. They went in the wrong direction. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Carr. He's going to fire one deep, middle, and got his man complete. He's at the 30, past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Darren Waller, 94 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. leverage guys, win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On the toss, here's Johnson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Carl Joseph came roaring in on the safety blitz. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. Would be ideal.
Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. Carr now already over 100 yards passing in this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play that time for the Raiders. 48 yards. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shane Ray in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. Shotgun now for Carr. It's complete to Williams. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Carr now up first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And Brandon, the passing game for both of these teams is going to be affected as the game goes along. It's not looking like the rain's going to let up anytime soon. So that might mean a few more wobbly passes and wide receiver slips. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the carry. It's 2nd and 8 at the 33-yard line.
Now Johnson. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
52. 52's the mic. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
Now Locke on the bootleg. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Shane Ray able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Here's Locke. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process. On first down, it's Garrett, and they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down in the backfield.
Ready. 18 Gator. 52. Don't get nervous.
Now a give right side. Garrett will fight forward for a couple down inside the 40. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shane Ray able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Ryan Allen now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is. At the 6-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
52's the mic.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now they try the right side here. Sheds another. And some room to work. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Wide open receiver complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down. Carr now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Like a freight train there, Derek Nottie with a sack.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Check 13. Check 13.
Operating from the gun. Carr. Complete to Jones. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. He got 29 yards that time. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
They'll try to run this one in. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Richard. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Off the edge, the sack by Matt Ioannidis. A breakdown by the O-line at the worst possible time. 4th and this offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st down, Locke. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. That's complete to Jake Butt. And this will be a gain of right around 3 from the 7 out to the 10-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Ryan Allen now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning here is Wright. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. On 1st down, Carr. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. You're mine. Watch 98. Watch 98.
The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? A big play there as time expires in the first half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered. Defensively, a disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know.
There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Tyrell Williams heading back out on the field now. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, and you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. And a give this time to the tailback. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. And a double. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this 3rd quarter. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They go to Johnson again. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out, and the Raiders pick it up. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A look now at the Oakland defense as they get ready. And they had the fumble return for a touchdown, and boom, they're right back out there again.
And you hear so many people talk about opportunistic defenses in today's football. Well, they make their own breaks because they work at it all the time. We've been at the practices, the drills where they're trying to script the football, the takeaways. They're always working on it, and it paid off for them on the last possession.
Paid off. Now can they do it again? On 2nd down, it's Johnson. And an alley to run. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Got to give a nod of appreciation to some of those guys up front over on that left side. Several key blocks sprung here.
No appreciation for the guys from the backside. They didn't allow any leakage, and anybody could run him down from the backside.
They're at the kids' table.
Okay, so front side guys good, backside guys,
man,
that's what you're supposed to do?
I've had better.
Okay, either way, worked out quite well, didn't it? A nice sizable gain.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Raiders' 40-yard line.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Throwing on first down is Locke. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Cleveland Farrell picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But
now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. Look at the big man rumble. The 40, 30, 10. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. 2nd time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. And now let's look at David Johnson. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, it's 3rd and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Derek Wolfe there on the tackle. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Now a handoff looking right. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 2nd down, Richard. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
Another try after the first down sack. Carr.
And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to pour it on.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. They'll run it with Johnson. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up second and goal. And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield. Second and goal. Now Locke. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Troy Fumagalli, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to at least make things a bit more respectable.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. And now here come the Raiders. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we'd have
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
29. Hey, Charlie. Express.
After the sack on first down, Carr got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Now Carr, he's going to fire one deep over the middle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, but it'll be second down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
93.
To throw again. Carr. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Block will try again on second down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Max Crosby able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. Throwing now is Locke. And Brown's got it. Touchdown, Broncos. Antonio Brown, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they've managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Right back to him on first down. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. That good for 19 and a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now they try the right side here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 39, Carr. This complete to Jones. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Make it 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
Oh, she's singing. She's
on like the 5th tune at this point.
she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in the game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. The Broncos on 3rd down. Not so hot. 2 for 9 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. And that will be incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. The outcome of this one, well, we know who's going to win it. It's just all window dressing at this point. Got me thinking, what's the biggest blowout that you've been a part of as a player, broadcaster?
Well, I'm not going to go to the player part because when I think blowout...
Because you won every game as a player.
No. I think about being...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaq Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Switch gears. Hey, Foxtrot. Express.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. There he goes right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Well, that was the fly route for a touchdown, and since he caught that one and scored it, I got to tell the story. Before the game, we were standing there. He was running deep routes, dropped one. It bounced up and just hit me right in the gut, and I said, come on, man, but there was no drop.
Yeah, you okay now?
I'm good.
All right, good. We got the ice pack up here. You're just fine. What I loved about it was the subtlety of the route, because everyone knows he's fast. They're going to play him for that route first and foremost, but sometimes it's a head fake. It's varying your speed off the line of scrimmage. It's giving the defensive back different angles to think about. Is he going inside? Is he going outside? And then, as you noted, he just took off past him. Oops, there he goes again.
Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Here's Locke to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Max Crosby, my goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Max Crosby in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the NFL record of 7. Here's Ryan Allen now as he's on to punt for Denver. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And that'll hit and go out of bounds, so they'll start just outside their own 40-yard line. Elsewhere across the league, 4th quarter action in Los Angeles. And not much trouble for the 49ers in that when they open the lead a bit further. If they can win that game, it would mean win number 11 for them on the season.
6:37.
Carr going to look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr. This will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game? Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Cleveland Farrell able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now this one complete on the slant route. And he's going to be ripped down by the face mask at the end of this, and that's going to add 15 more onto the end of this thing. Tack on 15 more for the face mask, and that becomes a huge play.
Big pass gets caught on you. You're doing everything possible to get him on the ground, and sometimes you...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Max Crosby in there for the 7th time in this game alone, and that ties him with a late Derek Thomas for the most sacks ever in a single game. Max Crosby in there yet again. They just cannot block him. He now has 8 sacks, and that is a new single-game record. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Funches has it complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. And it's caught. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Bryant tacks on the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you.
He's got a man complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but